She went out for a walk, like she always did, a simple, everyday ritual. A sunny trail in North Phoenix, a place of peace and natural beauty. But on this day, peace was shattered, one shoe left behind. And blood beneath a sports bra. Lauren Heike was just 29 years old. What happened that morning would leave a community frozen in fear and a family shattered, forever changed. This is a somber reminder of the hidden dangers that can lurk in plain sight, even in our most familiar spaces. Lauren Heike was the kind of person who radiated warmth, who made everyone around her feel seen and valued. Her presence was a gift. Born in Kitsap County, Washington, she grew up surrounded by the serene beauty of trees and mountains, nurtured by the comfort of a close-knit family. She carried that sense of groundedness with her. She had a unique glow about her, calm, funny, and profoundly kind. Her spirit was infectious, drawing people in with genuine warmth. Lauren worked as an aesthetician, a profession where she helped others feel their best, both inside and out. She found joy in uplifting others. She dreamed of building a new life in Arizona, drawn by the promise of year-round sunshine and new beginnings. Phoenix represented a fresh chapter for her. She was the kind of friend who would call just to say, "I'm grateful for you," embodying a rare and beautiful appreciation for life. Her gratitude was a daily practice. April 28, 2023 started like any other day for Lauren. Coffee, quiet reflection, and her cherished morning walk. It was meant to be peaceful, a moment of solitude. Instead, it became the last walk she would ever take, a tragic end to a life full of promise. Her story serves as a stark warning about the fragility of life. Footsteps crunching gravel, growing closer. A door creaks open, then slams shut with finality. Unlike many of the cases we cover, Lauren didn't know her killer. This was not a crime of passion or a personal vendetta. There were no signs of obsession from a former partner, no toxic relationship, no jealous ex-lover. Her life was free of such entanglements. She was relatively new to Phoenix, still establishing her roots in the sprawling desert city. She was independent and grounded. Yet despite her anonymity, someone had been watching her. A predator had chosen his prey, meticulously observing from the shadows. This chilling reality underscores a critical lesson. Danger can emerge from unexpected places, from individuals who are complete strangers. It's a stark reminder for all residents, especially those new to an area, to remain vigilant. In the days leading up to Lauren's murder, a disturbing pattern began to emerge along the popular Reach 11 trail. Multiple hikers reported unsettling encounters. They described a man lurking in the dense brush, his presence out of place and deeply unsettling. He wasn't engaging in typical trail activities. He wasn't walking or jogging like other recreational users. Instead, he was hiding, observing, a silent menace in the landscape. One caller to authorities noted he carried a backpack, an innocuous detail that would later take on sinister meaning. It was a detail that hinted at preparation. Another witness described a profound sense of dread emanating from him, an instinctual warning that something was terribly wrong. He simply didn't belong. But at the time, no one fully grasped just how dangerous he truly was, or the horrific act he was planning. These were missed opportunities, a tragic testament to the difficulty of identifying true threats. This period highlights the crucial role of community vigilance in reporting. Every suspicious observation, no matter how small, can be a piece of a larger, critical puzzle for law enforcement. Shh! A cell phone buzzes, a voicemail tone. Then, an agonizing, prolonged silence. April 28th, 10 a.m., Lauren's last known phone call was to her friend River, a conversation filled with their usual warmth and connection. They talked about gratitude, a shared practice that brought them joy and perspective. It was a moment of simple, everyday beauty. Lauren expressed thanks for her coffee, the bright Arizona sunshine, and the peace of her morning walk. These were the small joys she cherished. She never answered the phone again after that call. The silence that followed was deafening, a void that would soon be filled with dread. By the next day, her friends grew increasingly worried. Calls went unanswered, texts unread. Her absence was deeply felt. She hadn't shown up for work, a highly uncharacteristic behavior for the responsible and dedicated Lauren. Her friends knew something was terribly wrong. Then, just after 10 a.m. on April 29th, a dog walker on the trail made a 911 call that would tragically break the case wide open. It was the call no one wanted to make. This moment underscores the importance of trusting your instincts and acting when something feels amiss. The dog walker's courage was pivotal. The woman on the phone, the dog walker, didn't know who Lauren was. She only knew she had stumbled upon a horrific scene. All she knew was that the body didn't look recent, suggesting a crime committed hours earlier, under the cover of darkness or early morning. Clothes were torn, indicating a violent struggle. One shoe was missing, a small detail that would later become crucial evidence. There were undeniable signs of a desperate fight for survival, and blood. So much blood. Lauren had been brutally stabbed, her life taken with unimaginable violence. She was left in the brush, concealed from the main trail. For days, Phoenix police scoured the vast, unforgiving desert area, meticulously searching for clues. Their dedication was unwavering. They found security footage, fuzzy, but enough to provide a crucial lead. A man running through the desert, too fast for a jog, wearing dark clothes and a backpack. 3 witnesses recognized him from the grainy footage, a testament to the power of community cooperation. One of those tips came from a probation officer. His name's Zion Teasley. This breakthrough highlights the critical role of interagency communication and the value of every piece of information. Fast, desperate footsteps, a pounding heartbeat, then a sharp, agonizing gasp, followed by silence. Zion Teasley, 22 years old at the time of the murder, emerged as the prime suspect. His background painted a disturbing picture. A former Marine recruit who never completed training. His military aspirations were cut short. He carried a history of troubling behavior. His record included armed robbery, documented violence toward women, and multiple probation violations. A pattern of aggression was evident. He lived less than a mile from Lauren, a chilling proximity that speaks to the random nature of the attack. The danger was literally next door. He had been fired from multiple jobs due to threatening behavior, indicating a consistent inability to control his impulses. His volatility was known. He was seen on April 28th, near the trail, acting erratically, his presence a harbinger of the tragedy to come. His movements were suspicious. Police believe he followed Lauren that morning, stalking her with predatory intent. He chose her, then pursued her relentlessly. He attacked her with brutal force, a sudden, unprovoked act of violence. Lauren tried desperately to flee, fighting for her life. The barbed wire fence showed clear signs of a struggle, a testament to her desperate attempt to escape her assailant. She almost made it over. But she didn't. Her struggle was ultimately overcome by the sheer brutality of her attacker. This tragic detail underscores the vulnerability of even the most prepared individuals against a determined predator. Sound, the soft, deliberate click of a knife being closed, a zipper being pulled, a sense of finality. Teasley didn't flee the area immediately after the murder. Instead, he exhibited a chilling audacity, a calculated indifference. He paced the trail in the days that followed, a ghost haunting the scene of his crime. He watched the investigation unfold, perhaps even relishing the chaos. He bought a plane ticket to Detroit, planning to disappear, to escape the consequences of his horrific actions. He sought to vanish without a trace. But the evidence was mounting against him, meticulously gathered by dedicated investigators. The truth was closing in. DNA found on Lauren's shoe provided an irrefutable link to the killer. Surveillance footage placed him at the scene, undeniable proof. A knife found in his apartment matched the wounds inflicted on Lauren, a crucial piece of forensic evidence. The weapon told its own story. Testimony from coworkers who recognized him from the video footage further solidified the case. Their observations were vital. He told police he wasn't near the trail, attempting to construct an alibi. But his lies quickly unraveled under the weight of the evidence. The truth was written in blood, in DNA, and in the cold, hard facts of the investigation. There was no escaping justice. This section serves as an educational insight into how law enforcement pieces together a case, even when a suspect attempts to deceive. Every detail matters. Gavel hits wood with a resounding thud, shuffling papers, the voice reading charges with solemn authority. On May 4th, 2023, Phoenix police surrounded his apartment, their patience and persistence finally paying off. The net had closed. He walked out with his hands raised, offering no resistance, just a chilling silence. His surrender was devoid of emotion. He was charged with first-degree murder, robbery, and tampering with evidence, a comprehensive list reflecting the brutality of his crime. In court, he claimed it was an accident, a desperate attempt to mitigate the severity of his actions. But the evidence contradicted his plea. There was no prior connection between him and Lauren, no relationship, no personal history. This was a random act of violence. No motive, except perhaps rage, a desire for control, and the opportunity presented by a vulnerable victim. His actions were purely predatory. In December 2023, the Maricopa County attorney filed to pursue the death penalty, a reflection of the heinous nature of the crime. And in 2024, new charges surfaced, past assaults, misconduct with minors, revealing a deeply disturbing and escalating pattern of violence. His trial is set for October 28, 2025, a date that the Heike family and the Phoenix community await with a mix of dread and hope for justice. This detailed account of the legal process offers valuable insight for true crime enthusiasts and law enforcement professionals alike, showcasing the meticulous work required to bring a perpetrator to justice. A candle being lit, its flame flickering softly. A quiet voice reads her name, imbued with reverence. Lauren Heike was not just a victim of a horrific crime. She was a vibrant, loving individual whose life was tragically cut short. She was a cherished daughter, a beloved friend, a beacon of light in every room she entered. Her absence leaves an irreplaceable void. She was a woman who found profound joy in the simple pleasures, early morning walks, the warmth of the sun, and the quiet practice of gratitude. Her parents, Jeff and Lana, stood before cameras with unimaginable strength, their grief palpable, begging the world for help. Their plea resonated globally. And when the man responsible was finally arrested, their words were a testament to community power. "It's because of you we got him." Lauren's story is a haunting, somber reminder for all of us. Even in the sunshine of our familiar paths, danger can hide in the deepest shadows. Even on trails we consider safe, we are not always immune to the random acts of violence. Vigilance is not a luxury, but a necessity. But her story will not be forgotten. Her light will not be buried by the darkness of her death. It will serve as a beacon, a warning, and a call to action. Her legacy will live on, urging us all to be more aware, more connected, and more proactive in ensuring the safety of our communities. A mournful whisper, then a profound, reflective silence. This has been The Trail of Silence, the murder of Lauren Heike, a segment of Motive and Murder, where stories of control, deception, and resilience are brought to light, not just to recount tragedy, but to educate and empower. If Lauren's story moved you, if it instilled a sense of caution and urgency, then we urge you to share her name, keep her memory alive. Tell someone about her story, about the importance of situational awareness and the power of community vigilance. Speak up when something feels wrong, when your instincts tell you to be wary. Your voice could be the one that prevents another tragedy.
For Phoenix residents, this is a stark reminder to be aware of your surroundings, especially on trails and in secluded areas. Consider walking with a partner or carrying a personal safety device. For safety advocates, this case highlights the critical need for public education on predator behavior and self-defense strategies. Advocate for increased trail patrols and community watch programs. For law enforcement, this case exemplifies the dedication required in complex investigations and the invaluable role of public tips. Continue to foster trust within the community. For victim support organizations, Lauren's story underscores the profound grief and long-term impact on families. Continue to provide essential resources and compassionate care. Subscribe to our channel for more in-depth true crime narratives. Stay safe, remain vigilant, and keep seeking the truth, for knowledge is our greatest defense.
Disclaimer: this documentary contains dramatized narration based on publicly available court records, police reports, and credible journalism. Internal thoughts and motives are interpreted for emotional context and educational purposes. This content is intended to serve as an educational resource on public safety and criminal investigation.